Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer Quest with me, Bring It On. So off camera I did unlock the paths to Dunkelburg, Ubersreich, and Altdorf. We're actually going to head towards Dunkelburg first, then we'll work our way northward. No one died off camera. There was a great success. But the skaven are also a lot easier to deal with than the undead. At least in my experience. Alright, Dunkelburg, here I come. It's a shame it's not Dinkelburg. Alright, the adventurers' meanderings take them north of Wissenburg to the village of Dunkelburg, a small, unassuming place in the shadow of the Grey Mountains. The party's arrival is met with suspicious glances by the village's few children, who seem extremely skittish. As the group enter the dour and vacant inn, they are approached by a group of ragtag children. Alright, you're treasure hunters, yes? Asks one. Moore explains that the group has, on occasion, been known to look for treasure. The children gaggle around the first speaker, an oldish boy with messy brown hair and a small sheath dagger at his side, before pushing him forward, their faces anxious. We know where there are such valuables, but we need you to find something for us in return, our parents. The boy looks around nervous, but the rest of the brood cajole him to continue. We suffered from an infestation of rats, real big ones. At first they were happy to skulk around the corners of our homes, then they started getting bolder, even attacking the older folk and some of the real youngins. One of the smaller girls starts to sob, and the boy looks annoyed and then turns back to the group. Not 3 days passed, a stranger with a set of pipes came into the village. He was a strange fellow, walked right weird, and his face was hidden by a hood. He said he could get rid of the rat problem, and then played a merry tune on his pipes. At this point, your warrior ventures that the piper must have played on his pipes to lure the rats away from the village. After all, it's not the first time the party has encountered an enchanted instrument. That was our first adventure. No market because no one's here. Alright, let's go, wow, recommended level 2. Alright, so you can kind of just do these quests in whatever order you want. I'm not going to get a lot of experience for this. Everyone is level 5 now, so I'm going to focus on getting... So you recommended level 2. I guess I'm bringing the ogre. He's not very good at killing. Then we'll bring the Ironbreaker. Get him closer to level 6. So we'll have a level 6 party for the that one quest back in Stirland. Your party tracks a small group of footprints into the Grey Mountains. They're confident they are tracking the right quarry, as a hound's paw prints accompany the other tracks. Why a hound? A day later, they come upon a scene of carnage. They find a dog's skin and hanging from a tree, a crude triangle etched into his exposed muscle fiber. On the floor is a corpse of a man with a pair of pipes forced into and through his mouth. The words "play, play" cut into the dead man's chest. As to the villagers, there is no sign at first. Your best hunter picks up further tracks. This time human footmarks are paired with far stranger prints that eventually lead into a cave which burrows deep into the mountain. So the piper was actually a piper. I thought it was a skaven. Because they said he walked real funny. Alright, now we need to do 2 fireballs and a Alchemist Mind Razor. Perfect. I'm gonna kind of focus on getting the dwarf the most kills. He's the closest to hitting level 6, even though I can't afford to level them up yet. And I doubt this level 2 dungeon is going to give me the finances I need. I actually have a choice in a story-driven dungeon. Didn't expect that. We'll go back north, I guess, or up. Yeah, I'll probably have to spend some time off camera grinding money, not necessarily levels, to get ready for some of the story quests. Which always carries that risk of having a party wipe and having to start over from the beginning. If I wouldn't have bought those rings, I think in the last episode, I'd probably be all set. Alright, let's get the dwarf in here. Perfect. This is also a dead end. Yeah, one thing, I do like fighting the skaven. There's usually like a high number of them, but they're all typically pretty weak. There was a couple rooms off camera I ran across where there's a bunch of like the clan leaders, the 30 health enemies. Alright, pay the piper. Stood before the chained bell stands a ratman. It is slightly taller than the creatures your warrior band is slaughtered on their way to this eerie chamber. In the center of the room are the 12 missing adults, all bound together. They look terrified, and some are carrying scratches and lesions, but seem otherwise unharmed. Greetings, things, screeches the skaven. You are searching for these man-things, yes? It gestures a claw at the villagers. You've already slain many of my brothers. I want you to go away now. A deal we can make, yes? It gives an evil grin, but its tail swirls about with nervous energy. So it's something about the skavens, so they are schemers, and they're constantly trying to gain more power within their own clans and within Skaven society, but they're all almost cowards as well. There's one exception to the coward rule, but that's not important right now. Let me keep slave all 12, and I'll give you many yellow metal tokens. You'll meet minimal resistance on your exit. Take half back to Man-Thing Nest. Let me keep 6. I'll give you little yellow metal tokens. I'll give you good fight, make you look heroic when you return to the man village. The creature shifts uncomfortably. You take them all, my superior will eat me. I won't let that happen. No yellow metal for you. The full amount of my brood you will face, it sneers. Rescue all. The Claw Leader curses you, and the chamber is filled with black-furred skaven, storm vermin. So storm vermin aren't supposed to be cowardly, they're the elite troops of the skaven. We can probably just send him ahead, cut all these guys down. Works for me. Alright, easy win. Level 2 dungeon. Yeah, we barely... Ugh, that's rough. Most of the dungeons I've been doing, I get like 4,000 experience per dungeon. Or sorry, per character per dungeon. Alright, the adventurers emerge from the cave, with the villagers who squint in the daylight, but are obviously relieved to be free of their skaven captors. But the party and adults are surprised to find the children waiting outside the cave entrance. They are overjoyed to see the parents. The boy approaches the warriors and gratefully places a small pouch of crowns into their hands, before turning back to celebrate with his kid. 150 doubloons. So there should be a market at Dunkelburg now. See what they sell. No idea why Malekith is the is on the cover for this town. Alright, yeah, we're gonna grab this fine longbow. The Marauder needs a ranged weapon, so this will do. +2 strength, I guess we'll get rid of that. Who could use some strength? Sure. Yeah, because our Marauder, this Marauder, the one that's alive and kicking, he has the Hunter's Eye ability that our first Marauder had. Oh, I'm on the wrong hero. Here we go. So when activated, the Marauder is able to make as many ranged attacks as he has melee attacks for the turn. This ability can only be activated once per dungeon, but it's still super powerful. Alright, let's go to Ubersreich. Some of you may be familiar with Ubersreich, thanks to a certain other game that involves the Skaven. Alright, sorry for the edit, but I almost died. I was choking on my coffee, and yeah, it took me a little while to recover. Anyway, the Warpstone Mines. The adventurers arrive in the walled settlement Ubersreich with no great fanfare or sense of dread. They're let through the gate by a disinterested guard, and quickly find lodgings without being approached, attacked, or spat on. It's all a bit disconcerting. After a quick look around the village, and still not finding anything but ambivalence, there we go. The warriors are forced to go to the Burgermeister to see if their services and skills could be of use. It takes ages for the Burgermeister to see the party. Clearly the man is enjoying exerting his petty provincial power over the warrior band, who he no doubt sees as scoundrels and chancers. When he does deign to meet with the adventurers, he is full of self-important bluster and arcly to the point. There's nothing for you here, he states. I've heard tales of your little group. It seems to me you bring nothing but trouble in your wake. Please feel free to visit the businesses of Ubersreich and then be on your way. He abruptly ends the meeting, but before he leaves the warrior's presence, he turns back briefly. There's one place you could try your luck. There's an old mine to the west of here, close to the Grey Mountains. Local legend says it's full of treasure for those willing to seek it. Another story, a more recent one, says that there's greenskins, giant spiders and rats, who walk like men that live there now, he says with a malicious smile on his face. Why not visit there? You have my permission to keep any valuables you find, says the Burgermeister, with one last flourish of his hand. My throat still has a tickle in it, like I'm not done dying. Alright, let's go knock out the Warpstone Mine. See what else is laying around. Yeah, we'll bring the Ogre along. Actually, let's bring the Marauder instead. Since he's pretty close, or closer to hitting level 6 than the Ogre. Although the Burgermeister of Ubersreich was mocking the warriors when he told them of the abandoned mine. With no stronger leads, the warriors reasoned that all legends start with a grain of truth, especially in the old world. And so, they gain directions from an old soak for a copper jot, and soon find their way to the mine. The place is an old dwarf works, but where the dwarven runes of welcome have been inscribed over the mine entrance, there's now a dwarf skull hung beside a crudely etched triangle. The mines are no longer abandoned. Fascinating. I gotta cut this guy down. Come on. There we go. I'm not going to cast any spells here because I didn't gain any power for being ambushed. Which I find to be a little silly. The winds of magic don't stop just because you're ambushed. This might be a little overkill, but... Another ambush. Fantastic. Sadly, my dwarf is not in a position to get a lot of kills during ambushes, but my marauder is. Come on. Wow. Disappointing. Do we have room for a healing potion on anybody? Not right now. He has a lot of... might just have to sell all of these. I mean, they're very good, but all of his equipment is blue, and I think all of the Slayer's equipment is also blue. So I can't, or don't want to risk swapping out their good equipment for a consumable. Hopefully I just find legendary or orange equipment for the dwarves, and then I don't have to worry about it. Now, if I still had Gotrik's axe, I'd be in a good position. I didn't see the Great Wizard there. I was looking for him up there. He blends in, which he should. I mean, that's what Great Wizards are known for. Basically being spies. Yeah, I don't really want to risk being poisoned, so I will go ahead and fireball both of these guys. Let's get these guaranteed kills real quick. Some guaranteed experience on our dwarf. Hope we can one-shot this guy. Perfect. Alright, we'll get rid of this. Next, we're probably going to get rid of this as well. This looks like it's the last room, so I'm just going to go all out. Should set up for an easy Occam's Mindrazor kill. Might have to cast it twice. Alright, there is an ominous creak, and then one of the Skaven corpses falls to the rotten plank floor. The last confrontation is simply too much for the ramshackle floor to bear. The chamber is collapsing, sending all the incumbents into the abyss below. Lasts for 2 dungeons. That's rough. Well, I tried. I mean, they got a good chunk of experience there, but nowhere near what they needed. Yeah, I guess I'll just sell these. They're worth a good chunk of change, I guess. I won't sell all of them. I will sell like the Drought of Toughness. Alright. Still nothing good to get. Alright, well I'm going to call the episode here. Off camera I will do the Rescue the Merchant, unlock the way to Bogenhafen, or Bogenhafen. And then that's what we'll do in the next episode, is both Bogenhafen and Altdorf. That's only going to put us at 6 quests. And then there should be 3 more. Everything else is in Averland, so maybe there's multiple quests per town here. I don't remember that well. Because honestly, when I played it on the phone, I didn't pay too much attention to the story. I didn't have a lot of time to play it while I was overseas, but I don't think I ever beat it either. I know I completed this black quest, but I don't think I ever did any of the other black quests. I don't remember though. Anyway. Yeah, so that's what I'll do off camera, is I'll set up so we can do both the big settlements of Reichland in the next one, and yeah, continue the story. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode.